We're going to Chile, dude. We're
Yeah.
leaving in like 2 days.
Hey, what's up, guys? Kevin here. Today, here with TJ.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
And in this video, we want to talk to you guys about our upcoming trip to Chile. So, we've been planning this trip for the last few months and just want to talk to you guys about what we know about snowboarding in Chile already, some of our plans as they stand, and also just some of the gear that we're bringing to Chile as well. So, lots to come up. We're leaving in Chile in like 2 days, August 1st. And yeah, it's a pretty exciting trip. Yeah, man. So what do you know about Chile? Like for me, it's like over the last 10 years, I've seen a little bit of snowboarding in Chile, but not too much. Like what have you seen leading up to this trip?
Yeah, same. Not a whole lot, man. It kind of feels like venturing into the unknown a
Does.
good bit. But I've seen a few videos that have came out. Like I think Rome made a video back in the day, kind of showcasing their trip to Chile. And
Was that the Rome video that we watched in Jackson?
yeah. So that was like kind of when I started researching Chile, when we had that talk in Jackson with our friends Rav and Yannick, who are going to be there with us.
Yep.
And yeah, it's not a whole lot of information. Like it looks like it could be. It's very weather dependent. I think is the biggest thing.
That's what I took from that video as well, because it looked like they spent maybe 2 weeks there, had a plan for a video, and just kind of made the best of what was there to offer. With like, it was a bit of terrain park in that video.
Yep.
Which it looked very small, but I think that wasn't a real representation of their park. And there was some backcountry shots too, but those backcountry shots were, it wasn't a lot of like varied terrain. It was just kind of like like on a face of a slope in powder.
Totally. Yeah, I think that video was just kind of scratching the surface. Like you said, it looked like they were just kind of making do with what they happen to find.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that a lot of the trip is going to be us just kind of trying to find the zones that are going to be fun and like kind of finding ways to make it entertaining for ourselves versus just having the infrastructure already set and built for us. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a little bit of a different vibe, I think.
Yeah, that's just the image that the videos have given us so far. Because yeah, there was a MacDog video from maybe 12 years ago. It was called Trapped in Chile, and the basis of the video is that they're snowed in and the resort is closed, and they're just like hitting features that they kind of made around the resort. So even that video, it looked like a lot of fun. It looked crazy, but it wasn't like really showcasing the mountain or the resort. It was just kind of them again making do with what was available in that snowstorm and being like locked out of the resort. So
Yeah, totally. And I think, with the further research that we've done after kind of that initial trying to find what videos are out there, it kind of leads even more that direction, like especially because there's the resorts with the better infrastructure up north, and then we're going to probably spend some time in the south where there's more snow, but all the research points towards infrastructure not being as good and the potential for a storm coming through and maybe shutting things down for a day or two to be pretty likely, it looks like. So
yeah, we could get shut out. We could be stuck in our cabin while the snow's coming through, and then the plows come to clear the path to the resort. So
yep,
it's like a big unknown. That's, I think, the biggest part of this trip is like before we head down there, we don't know what to expect. Even looking on the Instagrams for all the different resorts, they kind of give you bits and pieces, but there's not like a lot of video coming out of Chile to really give you a well-rounded idea of what to expect. So that's probably the reason too we started talking about going down there, was because we want to get down to Chile to explore South America, see what it has to offer, and then have some knowledge so that if we're talking about it, we've like been there, we can actually speak on the subject.
Totally.
Instead
Yeah,
of just guessing.
I think Chile is like the last kind of mecca for summer snowboarding that we haven't checked out at all. So
Yeah.
or not, maybe not Chile, there's Argentina as well, but South America. So
Yeah, we'll say like once we visit Chile, then we'll maybe know a bit of what Argentina is like. It's like on the same kind of mountain range, it looks like.
yeah.
So, but we'll definitely make a trip to Argentina next summer. But yeah, so then based on that, we've booked some of our trip. We got the flights booked. Quite a long flight down, so it's like 14 hours there. For me, it's 24 hours back, but you're going back to Miami, a little bit of a shorter.
Yep, yeah. So I just get a direct flight from Santiago to Miami on the way back. But yeah, I'll be linking up with you. Or no, sorry, we've got so many trips booked.
Yeah, we're going down to Vancouver together.
Yeah, going down to Vancouver, and then I think we go to Dallas as the connection, and then go from Dallas to Santiago.
Yeah.
So.
And then we've been for where we're going to be going. We've been just looking at an app, snowforecast.com, and seeing like where the snow is going to be hitting. But even for that, like the weather changes so much, and actually a lot of people online have been emailing me and leaving me comments from Chile, giving us advice on where to go to as well. So shout out to everyone that sent me an email or left a comment. Been reading all of that and been getting really good information. Apparently, like the resorts near Santiago, it's been sort of like a dry season so far. And some of the places down south, like Caraco, Nevados de Chillán, have been getting a lot more snow. So that's where we're spending the first week down south. But still looking at the weather now, just because the snow's kind of dried up a little bit. So we may spend the second half of our trip in the north, which would be cool too.
Yeah, I'd love to spend a couple of days up north if we can, but
Yeah.
I think that all kind of ties in to the way that we actually booked this trip. Is a little different than what we've done in the past, and kind of taken some lessons from this past winter as well, traveling a bunch, and it's definitely based more around the weather. So
Yeah.
right now we just have the first week booked, and then we're leaving in like 2 days, and we're gonna figure out that second half. So
Has it been stressful leaving it more to the last minute, booking the trip?
I would say, well, since we got the flight booked way ahead of time, that was nice. And since the accommodation doesn't seem to be as hectic as it is in other places, I feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
If we do end up spending that whole second week up north, maybe that'll be stressful, but we'll have to see how that goes.
That's been a great thing for this trip too, is that we've been booking the accommodation last minute, but if I find that there is a lot of places to book. So
Yeah.
we've got a nice cabin, and I think even if we were to leave it until just a couple days before, we would still be able to find a place. But that's unusual for booking snowboard trips. Like when we've gone to Japan or when we've gone to Colorado, or Jackson Hole we really got lucky to find a spot.
Yeah.
So typically it's hard to find accommodation in resort towns, but Chile seems to be one of those spots where there's lots of cabins, and with Airbnb, that's like helped us out so much.
Totally, yeah. More supply than demand, it seems, down there. So that's been a nice perk with planning everything for Chile, and going down with a group of 4, I think, is great as well. Being able to share everything 4 ways is super helpful.
Renting a car, getting the place. Nevados de Chillán, they're helping us with lift tickets, which is huge as well.
Yeah, shout out Nevado de Chillán, appreciate it.
Yeah, and so that's the plan so far. Leaving August 1st, get back the 15th, and so what gear are you gonna bring down there? Because I've actually got my Orca in the shop, CSM Whistler, getting repaired.
I saw that.
So gonna bring the Orca down, gonna bring the split board, the Jones Solution down. What boards are you bringing?
Are you just bringing the 2?
I don't know, maybe 3.
So my plan is to bring the split board. I got the Jones Explorer. I'm going to bring the Ride Twin Pig and the Capita Kazu. I think those are going to be the 3 that I ride. So
is the Kazu going to be your park option?
I'll probably ride the Twin Pig if we ride park.
Okay.
But for the
the Twin Pig. Yeah.
Okay. Now the Kazu, I think I'm going to try to do, hopefully we get some good dumps over there and try to do some kind of powder test on the Kazu. Although it'll be a toss-up whether to ride the split board, even if we're in the resort for powder, or ride the Kazu. But
yeah,
I figured, I can't bring more than 3, so that's what I'm going to bring.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, if I bring a third, I'll bring the GNU Space Case.
Nice. Good. Yeah. Get that true twin going on.
Yeah, I would like to bring the DOA, but I think if it's going to be icy, I'd like to have some magnet traction for the park.
Totally. Or powder. Either way, I think it's the better option.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I think going down there, one of the expectations is we're going to be doing more split boarding than normal.
I think so.
Because if we're exploring the resort, apparently some of the chairlifts are slow down there. So if we're on some slow chairlifts, we can just maybe get some local advice or possibly get a guide and then head into the side country and find some lines over there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Or maybe even if we get a chance to get on some snowmobiles, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But I think one of the coolest things about going down here, especially where we're starting in Nevado de Chilan, is it's a very volcanic area, and
Yeah.
they're still pretty active. So hopefully we'll find some natural hot springs and some. I read that there's like hot rivers that flow down the mountain. So
Oh, wow.
it'd be really cool, yeah, if we stumble across something like that.
Yeah. That's definitely, I think the highlights or the things I'm looking forward to most are going to be some side country split boarding. That'll be really fun. It'll be great just to get more experience on those split boards as well.
Totally.
It's like addictive, I think, once you get into it. And then exploring the resorts themselves and like how big everything is, because it's so hard to tell from pictures or from the resort maps like how big these mountains actually are.
Right.
So it's kind of like when we first went to New Zealand and Australia, my expectations were that they were going to be very small, but it was actually quite a bit bigger than I expected. And I was like really stoked to be down there. So hopefully we have that same experience as like in New Zealand or Australia, where it exceeds expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, just kind of going in with low expectations is key. That way, basically anything that happens is a plus. But
Yeah.
I'm just excited. It's pretty much full on summer right now in Whistler, and we're going to go directly into full on winter. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah. Do you know anyone from Chile or Argentina or just that area?
Oh, man, not really. So I met one dude out at Mount Hood years ago. I believe his name is Eric. Yeah, his name's Eric, and he's from Chile. So
Okay.
I have reached out to him once, but maybe tonight I should hit him up again, because he's ridden down there a good bit, so he might be able to give some pointers. But honestly, like the people that we've talked to already, I feel like we've gotten a lot of good information.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And there's actually a lot of Chilean people here in Whistler too. A lot of them work at the mountain. So over the years, I have like heard lots of stories about Chile, and like a lot of people encouraging me to go down there and check it out for myself. But it's one of those trips. It's a little bit expensive because it's so far away. I think it's like 10,000 kilometers from here.
Yeah.
So it's like quite the flight, and it is because it's one of those things as well that it's an unknown. It's kind of in the past where I've been like a ski bum. I haven't had that like extra cash just to go off and do a trip to Chile. So this is really exciting just to get down there for the first time and take some of that advice I've gotten over the years to finally go and check it out. And yeah, the people too that are here in Whistler from Chile, they're all super friendly. It's a different culture for sure, and so that'll be cool to experience as well. Getting into Santiago, seeing just a different culture, being in Chile, kind of experiencing their food and everything. So
Yeah.
anything from that you're looking forward to?
Man, all of it. I think I definitely am looking forward to checking out Santiago. I really have no idea what to expect food-wise. Like everything from seeing, the rental car that we get.
Yeah.
We've seen pictures of the place, but actually getting there, seeing what the houses and the architecture is like, what the roads are like. I'm looking forward to all of it. Just going to soak it all in and just try to enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to like our place, and then just seeing how the resorts are run down there as well. So like if there's like après, if there's like the people on the mountain on snow, like what their whole vibe is like, if they're like out to really like get it and like finding lines and like hitting stuff, or is it more just like a casual vibe up there? Because each place we go to, there's a different vibe as well, right? Like
Definitely.
Whistler to Colorado to New Zealand to Australia, every place has a different vibe because of the people. So that'll be cool to check out.
Absolutely. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how many people are actually there with us too, especially when we're
Yeah.
starting off at kind of one of the more remote resorts.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a bunch of people riding the lift? Is everyone going to be split boarding? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what that situation is like.
Definitely. And the town itself too, that I don't even know what kind of town it is, or if it's just a clump of cabins, but that'll be cool to
Right.
check out. And yeah, so we're going down south. We're going to Nevados de Chilan. We may go to Coralco, which is a little bit further south from there, depending on the weather.
Yep.
Or we might head back up north So there's like 3 resorts up north, Valley Nevado,
El Colorado, and
Portillo.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the one with like the big yellow hotel that's been in some old Warren Miller films.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'd be great. And my impression is that the north, because it's closer to Santiago, there's a lot more like better roads, more infrastructure, more hotels, but also busier because people can access it much easier. And also, I think there's a better park up there. So if on this trip, if it's going to be dry, if we're not going to get much snow, we'll probably head up there for a week, ride some park. But what do you think? If there's a storm coming to the south, do you think we should stick it out? Or because every storm is a gamble. You never know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting because they've been getting snow, and I suspect that since we're out there with our split boards, we'll be able to find some good stuff.
Yeah.
So depending, like if a storm comes through and then we're going to be like locked in the house for 2 days, could be worth it. But I would say I'm there more for the powder than for the park. So yeah, I'd probably be willing to wait it out.
Yeah. And it's going to be crazy. I love this feeling. Like right now here in Whistler, we've kind of just like recently had some nice weather. So it feels like summer here in Canada and Whistler. But going down to the southern hemisphere and experiencing, like just landing into winter is such a cool feeling. It's like nice, like feeling cold and putting like all your layers on. Yeah. And then getting out into a snowstorm. It's a good feeling. It's like kind of the opposite of everything I had when I was a kid. When I was a kid, like I always wanted to go to a tropical climate, like somewhere like, I don't know, Florida or California or Hawaii. And now it's just chasing winter all the time.
Yeah, man, it's epic. No, this is awesome. I'm so stoked to get down there with you, man.
Yeah, same. Man, I'm stoked to just finally get down to Chile, finally get to experience it. Hopefully bring all the right gear. Like if you guys are doing any snowboard trips yourself, I always recommend packing light and tight, so just as little as possible. So going to be going down, 3 boards, that's not as little as possible, but and the split board as well. That means like 2 pairs of bindings and the split boarding gear. Are you going to bring a board bag and like a luggage bag? But you've got.
So for me, it's a little different. So this will probably be the most bulky packing I've done. So I'm going to have like a full checked, like large luggage checked bag and the board bag with 3 boards. I'm debating bringing 3 pairs of bindings or not. I'll see if I can make it fit.
Wow.
But yeah, it's not going to be light and tight for me this time, unfortunately. So nice. Hopefully everything fits in the car.
What bindings are you bringing? So I'm going to bring the Union Atlas, I think.
Nice.
And my split board bindings.
Yeah, so for me, for sure bringing the Stratas and the split board bindings. And I want to bring the Falcors as well. They are pretty light, but I don't know. I don't want to get stuck with like massive airline fees. So. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, definitely don't go over your weight limit traveling for snowboarding. In Japan, I went over and it was really expensive, like $120, almost the price of a short flight and just over baggage. So, yeah. I'm stoked, man. Can't wait. If you guys have any advice for us about Chile, leave it down in the comments for us. Also put links to all the gear that we're going to bring down in the description. And go check out TJ's channel over at Board Archive as well. Do you have a video coming up or?
Yeah, guys, hit me up over on Board Archive. Make sure to subscribe. Gonna have a bunch of videos coming out on the trip. Just recently did a couple videos here in Whistler as well. So yeah, let me know what you think.
Yeah, keep an eye out, guys, because we're going to be posting videos from Chile the entire time, documenting the trip, but also doing some other videos like gear reviews and probably some tutorials coming your way as well. Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. TJ, man, thanks for helping out with the video.
Dude, yeah, what do you guys think about the new setup as well? Let us know.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's helped out on the Snowboard Pro Camp live chats and with the Patreon to put together this new Snowboard Pro Camp studio.
Yeah, man, it looks great.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have fun out there. We'll see you in the next one soon.
Later, guys.